So basically what this is inverse operations, and the first thing you need to remember is that whenever you have a negative and a positive, or an addition and a negative number together, that it automatically cancels out. The negative wins whenever those two occur. So this would actually become x minus 2 equals negative 6. And I think what the purpose of the box in the center is to always be the equal sign and have one side of the equation on one side of the tile and the other on the other side. So then that just becomes x minus 2 equals negative 6. You need to do the inverse of the operation to get all the constants or numbers to one side of the equation and leave all of the variables or x's on the other. So since this says x minus 2, the only way to get rid of a negative 2 is to add a positive 2, because addition is the opposite or inverse of subtraction. But in algebra, if you are doing it to one side of the equation, you always have to do it to the other. So you would be adding 2 to that side as well. A negative 2 and a positive 2 cancel out to equal 0, so you can just get rid of them. And then on this side, all you're left with is x equals, and then negative 6 plus positive 2. If you've never done a negative and a positive together, a quick cheat for that would be to draw out 6 negatives. And then you can add 2 positives, because you had 6 negatives originally. You can cancel that out and add 2 positives, and then how many negatives do you have left? 4. So x equals negative 4. Now to write that out in a sentence the way you did previously, the sentence structure would just be x equals 6, or x minus 2 equals negative 6. Now the check side, the right-hand side of your worksheet, says that if you've solved for x here, you should always be able to plug it back into the original equation and prove that your answer was in fact right. So if you put negative 4 plugged back in for x here minus 2, it should in fact equal negative 6. Well, likewise, the little cheat that we did up here, if you started with 4 negatives and you added 2 more negatives, how many negatives do you have left? You have 6 negatives there. Does negative 6 in fact equal negative 6? It does. Your answer checks out and you're good to go.